What is happening? Welcome to my channel. My name is Matt Bradford. Thanks for being here. We are building on previous lessons from the beginning series. The playlist is, if I can link it here or here, wherever it goes, if I can link it here, I will. But we're building, this is playing leads 2, right? So we had intro and then 1 maybe, and then 2. I don't know. I didn't do any research before I did this. I also had some beginning lap steel rhythm stuff. We're building on all of that. So if you're confused, please go back to those first. All the lesson materials today are going to be on Patreon like all the others. There's also backing tracks up there multiple times a week. If you're looking for a lap steel, I build lap steels. I build conversion necks for Telecasters. And the link to the reverb store is below. And finally, Patreon's $5 a month. And so, if you can't afford that, please reach out and we'll figure something out. I want the $5 a month at the end of the day, hopefully en masse, will allow me to keep doing this. I have been broke. If you can't afford it, I got you. We'll figure it out. If you can't afford it, awesome. And if you feel like leaving me a tip, here's some QR codes for either Venmo or PayPal. A couple people left me tips on the last video, and it's greatly appreciated. And we're gonna do this thing. We're working. So let me just say for a second, I know we have all this talking. If you want to get to, this is important. Don't skip ahead. This is important. The mentality of learning this stuff, because I know some people just want tabs, and we're not going to do tabs. I'm using these scale charts instead. And to be honest, I think it would be quicker for me to just write out a tab. But understanding, seeing where we are on the scale, seeing where we are on the neck, and sort of understanding the way that I'm thinking of the melody, and the way I'm thinking of the numbers, and the way I'm thinking of that within the context of the scale and within the context of the chords. I wish I would have learned this way originally, and I didn't. And so every time I learn something new, and it's like, oh, that's such a cool thing, and it unlocks all this stuff, right? Playing fast, if you just want to play fast, take the scale, turn on a metronome, and start trying to go fast. That's it, right? If you want to, this is going to go terribly. Just take I'm working on the A major scale today, so here's the A major scale. Right? And then speed it up. That wasn't on the right thing. And then do it again. Or whatever. That's how you build speed. It's just metronome and doing stuff. But, I screwed it up. Okay, we're back. Ha! I had to just test some stuff. I don't know if I'm going to cut that or not. So regardless, if you want to build speed, just do that, right? But speed without knowing where you're going makes no sense. And that was my specialty for a long time. To me, it's a mistake. Right? Because you end up, I remember one of my teachers said one time, he was like, Matt, you're a really good player. You bend, it's in tune, you can play fast, and then you just play crap. And he was right, and I didn't know what he meant. And so what I'm talking about is understanding melodies, playing something that people can grab onto, getting the essence of the melody and making that the essence of your solo. And then after that, whatever you're doing is going to be great. Right? When I listen to somebody like Derek Trucks, when I listen to somebody like Robert Randolph, when I listen to somebody, Jerry Douglas, right? These guys can shred, but the essence of what they're doing is melody. My favorite guitar players, I'm mentioning slide players, but at the end of the day, we're not learning slide, we're learning music. I hope. And that's my intention. I'm not playing slide guitar, I'm not playing lap steel, I'm playing music. And so I want to serve what's happening. And the main thing for that is listening and then creating something that is going to emotionally engage your listener or engage yourself at the very least. So that's my philosophy. That's why we do it the way we're doing it. And that's why we have transitioned in the last lesson. We transitioned from letters into numbers, right? Because at the end of the day, we are going to learn patterns, and these patterns are going to be movable. So tab is not going to help you if it's like, oh, I'm playing frets, 7, 7, 9, 7. Like, that doesn't help if I move it down a half step, or down a half step, or down a half step. But also, knowing what they are means if I instead of saying 7-9-7, right? If I go, that's 5-6-1, and is the scale still up? If it's not, it's going back up. I think over here. I don't know. It keeps changing. Because the studio moves around because I'm doing stuff. But 5-6-1, right? So knowing that that's 5-6-1 means I can move it other places, right? Make it all on one string. Put it there. If I'm up here, there it is. Now each of those sounds different. It's all the same notes, right? Each one sounds different. So knowing what notes I'm playing means I can then pick the one that feels best to me. And so that's what this philosophy, right? As we get into this, we're using songs because it's more fun than just sitting there and working on dumb exercises. But also, and the cat's going bananas in the background. So we're gonna see if how this goes. But whatever. Okay, so let's get into it. Today I want to use the song "I'd Rather Go Blind" by Etta James. So scales are over here, we think. Right, so chart is over here. You'll notice it's a 1 chord and a 2 chord. Okay, so 1 chord, what does that mean? Well, the 1 chord is the root chord. The 1 chord, and we talked about this last video. Also, the 1 chord is the chord that feels like the safe zone, right? So when I listen, this is our backing track. It's available on Patreon with the chart and with the scale and all the stuff. Right, that's 2. Okay, that's the whole song. It's just those 2 chords and back and forth. And so you'll notice, right, we have that 1 chord, and again, if you go back to our previous lessons, now you're not going to stop there. That doesn't feel like the ending. So 1 chord and a 2 chord. The notes in a 1 chord. We can extrapolate it from the scale. 1, 3, 5. Our 2 chord is here. This is the minor chord shape. It occurs naturally in the major scale. 2, 4, 6. Okay, great. So we know what notes we kind of want to land on for each chord. Now, and for the rhythm stuff, by the way, just if you listen when I play it, I'm playing the bottom string and then my top 2 strings. Okay, that sounds minor. I'm not playing anything minor or major. Okay, I'm playing the 1, 5, 1. It's a 5 chord. 2, 6, 2. It's a 6 chord. It's a 5 chord, but it's the 2. It's the power chord. They're both power chords, 5th chords, right? So, if I were to play this, and then this, when I play this note, oh, that feels wrong. It feels wrong. When I play, that feels right. And so, I have to kill my cat. Hold on. Okay, right. So we're back. Oh, I have 2. I love them both deeply, but one of them is insane, and it's trying. All right. Right. So if we play, I'm hearing the chord changes because I'm hearing it. I'm in the scale. If I play this note, it just feels out. So even though I'm not playing major and minor, I'm not defining what's happening, it feels right. If we put this into the context of the song real quick, and then we're going to get to the melody. Now, I've said it a million times, but like, man, learn to love and play that groove. When you see a drummer is going to sit on that groove all day. When you see a bass player, they're going to sit on that groove all day. And then all of a sudden you got a guitar player and they're like, look at me go! And it's like, just play the song. Now, if you don't want to just play the song, you want to get some melody going on, let's do it. Here's how I write the melodies. I just write them in numbers, right? Because again, as we talked about, it's movable, and as we get into this and we start talking about soloing, using this as the basis, using this very basic melody as the basis for what we're doing, allows us to then build on the melody, and we're going to talk about that today. So here's the melody. It's just written in numbers, right? 5, 6, 1, 6. Now, I could just play it. Right? We should start there. Let's start there. As basic as it gets. 5, 6, 1, 6. 2, 3, 3, 2. And then 5, 6, 1, 6, 5. 3, 2. 3, 2, 1. I'm trying to keep everything as consistent as possible. It's not super fun. It's not super feel oriented, but we're getting the notes down first. Let's do it. Let's do it again. That's it. That's all the notes. So we got 1 6 1 6 1 1 6 5 6 1 6, and I'm playing them right now, right around my 1 chord and my 2 chord. You can move them all over, and obviously, I guess I should say it now, do that. Do that. But know what you're playing, right? 5 6 1 6. And if you want it to be tabbed out, then tab it out all over the neck. I would encourage you to understand that I'm playing 5 6 1 6 here because I know that this is my 5 on my 1 chord. Right? I can play 5 6 1 6 down here. Well, I can't do it. I have to use it all on 1 string. But because I'm coming off of the 5 of my 5 chord. Right? There's my 5 chord down there. I can do it up here. Same thing. First note is on the 5 chord. Right? I can do the 5 off of the 3 chord. So let's see. We're here. Here's my 5. Right? Knowing exactly where it is, and you can see I'm trying to like figure it out sometimes because I could do this exercise too. I like that. Okay, so that's cool. I like it. I really like it there a lot. So that's a great place to do it. But for the reason for this exercise. No, let's do it. Let's do it there. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. So 5 6 1 6, and then 2 3 3 2. And I'm just going to do it there. I'm going to do it today for now. And again, learn it everywhere because it fits everywhere. But 5, 6, 1, 6, 2, 3, 3, 2. Right? And then the second time through, 5, 6, 5, 6, 1, 6. And then down to the 5. When I saw you and that girl talking around. Okay? All we're doing, and all Etta James is doing, is singing this melody and then gussying it up. So let's start. The camera's starting to overheat. We're going to take a little break, but let's run it once. All right? Nice and simple, but let's start to add just a little bit of feel, right? So it's not just, but maybe like, okay? We're just adding a little bit of vibe to it. It's just touch, right? I'm playing hard and soft. It's like soft, harder, soft. Right? Softer, harder, hard, soft. Just adding a little bit of juice. And even at the end, I'm changing it up each time because I gotta be honest, Etta James changes up each time, and there's so much movement there. But let me take a quick break. Camera's overheating. I can drink some coffee, and then we're gonna talk about gussing it up. So this is a perfect place for you too to pause the video and just practice this melody. Practice it against the backing track or not, but just. Right? And play it as many ways as you can with feel, because we're going to get there. We're going to get there. All right, we'll be right back. We are back. I think. Yay, we are. Okay, so check this out. Two things. One, just so you know, like, if I'm all the way up on my knobs, pretty bright and aggressive, and like, that's the core tone I'm using. But I'm rolling the volume and the tone back a little bit. And we have this really nice, sweet sound. Just as an aside, as you learn to control your instrument, not necessarily being, it's like, oh, how do I get that sound? Part of it is not having everything all the way on 10. Okay, so let's just take this first line, the 5, 6, 1, 6. And without even adding any other notes yet. I'm playing the same one, I'm just playing it 3 times. It starts to add some juice to it. So if the first time I play it, then the second time I play it, right? I'm adding that. I'm just playing the one note over and over and over again. It starts to give it more of that like that vocal quality when the singer starts really digging in, and that's kind of what I'm looking for as we get into this. Is now you notice right there the first time I didn't define each note. I just did that instead of stopping. I don't have to pick it, but I gotta stop on each note real hard. Okay. Let's add another note. Let's add the 3 on the top string. Ooh. I don't love that. Let's see what happens. Let me play through it once and try to add some stuff, and then we're gonna see. But basically, I'm gonna take the core melody, and then I'm gonna add stuff from this scale, whichever side it's on, to the melody. Nice, okay. Okay, so it's easier to do it obviously with the track playing, but some of that stuff was like I'm just adding some extra notes from the scale and from the chord, right? What are the notes in my 1 chord? A 1, 3, 5. Those are my 1 chord notes. There's a 3, 1, 5, and then I have the notes in between. 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, and I can add all of them. Right? 1, 7, 6, 1, 7, 6, 5. Ooh, 1, 7, 6, 1, 7, 6, 6, 5. Repeating notes, and then 3, 2, 1, 2. Right? Just going down the scale. Pick got caught on the strings. Going down the scale and coming back up. These little tricks. We can do, right? Going down the scale and back up. Down the scale, back up. Okay? Down the scale, back up. Okay? Down the scale, back up. Ah, 4 to 5, right? Or 3 to 5. There's reasons for both, but either one will work. And then watch this. 6, 1. 3, 2, 6, 1. Because it's right there in the scale. These are common moves, and the more you start finding them. Let's not do that, because I think that gets above the 12th fret. And the way that the diagram is laid out, then it's got to. This note is an octave up from this note, right? Because the whole neck starts over at the 12th fret. I don't know if we've covered that yet, but regardless, let's not get there. So I'm just going down and up. Right? I'm grabbing notes in the scale in between, but I still have my core note, no matter what I do. That's there, no matter if this is still in there. Right? I can add all that extra stuff. 2, 3, 5, 6. 5, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. That is still in there. And so that's what we're trying to do, is we can start to jazz it up, start to add extra notes. But I'm starting and ending on the melody. The melody is coming, and I don't know if I've explained this yet, but from the chords, right? Okay. Now, we're playing the 6 against the 1. But then 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, and that 2 ends on the 2 chord. Right? Most of our landing and starting points are going to be on the tones from the chords. one of the cool things about Etta James, obviously, one of the great singers of all time, is she has this melody that has to move. It has to. Right? Oh, that's comfortable there, but that chord has to move. And it ends on the 1. So it all resolves. All of that like tension then resolves, because we always end up ending on the 1 against the 1, which is lovely. So, you know, one of the things is going to be, as you start to find the notes and consider them, and we're playing with hard and soft, and we're starting to add chord tones outside, and I can't tell you what to play. I know it's like, just, okay, well, just tell me which notes to play. No, because you need to develop your voice. You don't need to do anything. You can just copy me if you want. But like, the things that I wish I had learned early, I guess we're wrapping it up. Okay, the things I wish I had learned early were to play the melody and then to play around the melody, right? So knowing what I'm playing and then adding chord tones around what I'm playing and focusing on that feel of the melody versus playing a lot of notes really fast. And then on top of that, energy, right? It's not about using speed for energy, using speed for it's a push and pull. It's a hard and soft. I want it to be like uncomfortable, uncomfortable, uncomfortable. Okay, if it's comfortable all the time, then we're not doing anything to get somebody's attention. And as soon as it's uncomfortable and you've got their attention, that this is where then we let the solo relax, right? So that see, and that volume goes up too much, it's brutal. That wasn't all the way. Okay, let's see. Right? That can't, we can't stop there. Can't end there. It's got to go somewhere. And that's the whole point, right? I'm not ending each thing. It's not going to just be like wrong chord. I need some tension. So I'm starting and ending on chord tones, but I'm trying to get off of the chord tones and give you a little, and then we come back to it, right? And so work with this melody. Try to add notes around it. Let me do one more playthrough with it now. Yeah. Do we need another playthrough? There's been so much talking. What I really want you to do is find your own voice. Make sure you have that melody dialed in, and then just start adding one note. And then add 2 notes, and then take away 1 note, and then add 1 note. Keeping it simple, but knowing for sure what you're playing, each number you're playing, against which chord you're playing. What chord, what is the one chord has a 1, 3, and a 5 in it, so knowing that I'm playing, right? I added some 2s in there. Playing the 1, 3s, and 5s. Against the 2 chord, right? Playing those 2s, 4s, and 6s. I hope you play with it. I hope you play with some touch. I hope these are making sense. And, this can be a good segue into some blues stuff. But as you can see, we're just taking chord tones, we're taking melodies from songs, and we're developing our vocabulary on the instrument slowly and simply. This can be transferred to any other instrument. This can be transferred to any song, but I'm trying to pick ones that are simple and easy to digest so that you can work through them slowly. Thank you for hanging out. I hope these are helping you, and I hope you'll join me on Patreon and do all the stuff, right?